Welcome to Chapter 21 of The Good Earth. As always, I will begin with a brief synopsis of the chapter, followed by some key points to pay attention to, and then finish off with some big ideas that the author is looking at, as well as making some questions that I think are important to consider as you read the chapter. In this chapter, we get some more details about how affairs will be managed with the new situation with Lotus in the house. To Wang Lung's surprise, Olan is not very upset that he has found another woman, but rather she is very angry with him about Cuckoo. When she was a slave in the great house, Cuckoo used to make her life miserable. So now Olan does everything that she can to make Cuckoo's life miserable, which mostly means not allowing Cuckoo access to the kitchen to cook for Lotus. Wang Lung finally talks to Olan and decides that the best course of action is to build a second kitchen and allow Cuckoo to cook whatever she wants in that kitchen. So now there are two separate households all within his house. In addition, Lotus is quite vocal in her opinion that she hates Wang Lung's children, especially his oldest daughter, the Fool. Wang Lung becomes angry with her over this, and Lotus realizes that she has gone too far because Wang Lung doesn't come to see her for 2 days. The chapter closes with Wang Lung missing the invigoration of hard work on the land, and he decides to find his hoe and go back to working the land for a while. Some things you should pay attention to in this chapter, because they will continue to develop as the story unfolds, include the various relationships between the members of the household. Watch how Lotus and Cuckoo establish themselves in Wang Lung's household and who they form relationships with. In the same way that we form relationships in our lives, with whom do these characters form relationships and why? Lotus doesn't like Wang Lung's children, but what does she do about it? What about Wang Lung? What kind of a relationship does he have with his children? What do his actions show? What do you think all of these relationships will develop as the story unfolds? Finally, pay attention to Olan. She is undergoing her own changes here. She openly accuses Wang Lung of having taken her pearls and given them to Lotus. What kind of insights into her character can we gather because of her words and actions? What opinions have you formed about her? This chapter really sees a continuation of many of the questions that we have already asked as we've read the novel. We get some more of the author's insights into her perspectives on gender roles in rural China of the early 20th century, as well as insights into her perspectives on wealth. Over the course of the novel, what new thoughts have you had about gender roles and relationships in your culture? What new thoughts have you had about how our behavior changes in relationship to the amount of wealth and success we experience? At this point, you should be developing some judgments about the different characters in the story. What is your opinion of Wang Lung and Olan? Take some time to analyze them. What do you think of how the author has portrayed them? What do you like and dislike? Why do you think you feel that way?